Online Classroom. Today we're going to start our new unit, which is about Unit 12, What Happened. So in this lesson, we're going to learn something uh, amazing. Perhaps you used to see all of this, all right? Something amazing already happened, and sometimes people didn't mean to happen, but it just happened incidentally. Okay, so we're going to start the first activity, which is about snapshot. If you take a look at the first activity right here, we have the expression aha. So when you hear the word aha, something is surprising, right? Something happening and it is surprising or shocking. And when you hear this kind of expression, you probably feel like, okay, what is it? What is it all about? Okay, so let's get it started with these three objects. But let's take a look at the first question it asks: where did the ideas for these accidental inventions come from? So we try to find out exactly why this, inventions, all right, happened. So let's begin with the first one, pop cycle. All right. So by just taking a look at this picture, you know exactly what popsicle is, but maybe you don't really see it clearly. Okay, but don't worry, I will explain what it is. So let's get it started with the meaning a little bit about this. Is that in 1905, 11-year-old Frank Apperson, so it's just only 11 years old, and he wanted to make a new soft drink, soft drink like Coca-Cola, sweet, a juice. All right, that's what we call soft drink. He mixed the ingredients with a stick. This is a stick, but he left the soda outside overnight. So he poured the soda over outside right here overnight. The next morning he found it frozen with the stick inside. It just he didn't mean to make it, but it just happened. If you take a look at this picture, okay, let me show you what is it exactly right here. So these are popsicles. Okay, so they are made of different kind of fruits like this orange, kiwi, strawberry, I guess, and this one I don't know exactly, but so the idea is just like he has kind of juice of all of this kind of fruit, and it just put a stick somewhere on a plate, all right, and he accidentally put some kind of soda and kept one night, and in the morning it happened to be the stick inside, all right, the juice, the frozen juice. Okay, so I think this is one of our favorite, right? um, let's say ice cream, right? A lot of us love to eat this. Okay, so as you can see right here, it's not really difficult to do it. So you can have some kind of juice and you can put the stick inside, and if you have a fridge, just let it freeze and get it frozen, then you can eat. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the next item. Velcro. So you probably don't know what it is, but take a look at this, you might probably know. uh, let's say in 1948, George, the maestro, went for a walk and noticed small seeds stuck to his clothes. He examined them under a microscope and found, microscope, right? Yeah, it's a machine that allows you to see a very tiny item, okay, or object. Actually, we cannot see it, but from our eye, if we have that kind of microscope, then we can see exactly the tiny one. And he found hundreds of small hooks that stuck to almost anything. Okay, so let's see what crow exactly. Okay. Yes, so this is a hook, and this is loop. I think you know that, right? Yeah, so when we put two of them together, and then it's going to be sticky, all right? So he just happened to take a look at that. It's like a hook. It's like if you compare to some kind of physics, this one can be, chemistry, yeah, some kind of plus sign, and this is a minus sign. All right, so when we put them together, it's going to be sticky. All right, okay. And yeah, this is Velcro, and usually it happen. You probably have it with your bag, all right, with your bed, sorry, with your handbag, okay, uh, or maybe with your hat. You wear a hat and some other stuff with your clothes too. Okay, right. And the last invention is post-it notes. I think you know that is post notes, right? It's stickers. Another word. Let hear this a little bit. Why is it happen? In 1970, Spencer Seaver tried to invent a new glue. Okay, so he needs a glue that can stick, uh, the post all together, but it was very weak, not sticky enough. No one wanted to use it, so people were not interested in at that time. For years later, his co-worker Arthur Fry put the glue on bookmarks to keep them in place. And finally, as you can see right here, and it becomes popular at that time. So that is something amazing, something incidental or accidental, happen in this real world. All right. Yeah, so I think people right now, even you, also use it whenever you want to take notes, and this is very convenient for all of us. All right, especially if we can have a note and it can be stick somewhere in our bedroom as well. Okay, or in our office. Okay, that's it for the first activity, and let's go to the second one. It happened to me. All right, I think it has also happened to you too. Okay, this one is about listening, but I think we don't need to. Let's try all together and see exactly whether it happened to you or not. Okay, let's begin with this one, the purple one. I was watching a really good movie, but I fell asleep before the end. I'm not really sure for you. To me, if I if I was watching a very good one, I probably uh, you know didn't didn't fall asleep. Probably not, because this is your favorite one, right? But maybe you're different. Perhaps you are so tired and you cannot stand it, even though the movie was very good. Finally, you have to sleep. Okay, so this one, it did not happen to me. Okay, this next one, the green one, I was talking to my friend when my cell phone died. Hmm, it did not happen to me. So when your phone die here means your phone ran out of the battery. Okay, no battery at all. I don't know, but to me it never happened. All right, and you probably have it happen to you. Okay, maybe you have to talk to your boyfriend or girlfriend so long hours, and sometimes you have to charge along the way, but do not charge while you're talking. It's so dangerous, everybody. Please do not try that. Okay, all right, so it did not happen to me for this too. Well, let's see this yellow one right here. I was traveling in another country when I met an old school friend. Yes, this one, not really. It did not happen to me either, because this is about old school friend. But if we happen to see our people in another country, maybe yes. But old school friend, not really. Okay. So for example, you went to Thailand and you probably happen to see your high school friend. Of course not. It's impossible. Uh, but to me, when I went to Thailand, I happened to see my neighbor. All right, my neighbor. Yeah. So that's only the neighbor, not old school friend. Okay. And let's move to another one. So it didn't happen to me. Let's go to this. I was getting off a bus when I slipped. Slipped, right? So you fall to the ground. Okay. I'm sorry, not fall. It's just like you slip. It's just like you step over something that is slippery, and you might not understand the word slippery. Yeah, slip is like you accidentally step over something and then you fall down to the ground, so that is slipped. Okay, so when I was getting off a bus, I was getting off the bus when I slipped and fell on the sidewalk. Yeah, I never take the bus in the city, so it did not happen to me. But maybe it happened to you. All right, if you used to try the bus. Okay. Yeah. To be honest with you, I never tried the bus in our city. Okay. Usually I try my own vehicle. Okay. So let's move on. Three more. Yeah, I feel like it did not happen to me. All right. Maybe some of this happened to you. Okay, let's go to the next. While I was shopping one day, a celebrity walked into the store. Yes, it happened to me. Okay. At that time, I met Hey Bitu. Yeah, you probably know that. I went to Aeon and I happened to see him right there. Okay. And I also happened to see Son Mei as well. But Son Mei, I'm not really sure that she is a celebrity, some kind of athlete. All right, she's an athlete, but it considered to be famous person, and maybe it's also the same thing right here. So I checked this one. Let's go to this one. I was typing my book report on my computer when it crashed. Yeah, uh, it depends. If your sometimes your computer crash right here refers to the virus attack, or maybe running out of the battery, so that's why your computer shuts down. Okay, yeah, but it did not happen to me at all for this part. Okay, let's move to next. While I was walking down the street, I found some money. Yes, absolutely yes. I It happened to me several times, when I walk and I found a wallet with some money, and just only some money. All right, it happened to me many times, not several times. I think many times. Yeah, and even at school, our PUC, it happened to me as well. And when I got that money, I brought back to admin. So maybe one of the student at PUC, drop it, or accidentally drop it. That is the reason she probably needed. Okay, so I need to return. All right, so these activities are probably not really difficult, and you can just check and compare to your own situation. To me, it happens only two. Okay, it happened only two, because that is based on the reality, and probably you might not be the same. Okay, because you happen to go to many places. All right, you have done a lot of activities, so you probably have met, all right, all of this in your life. Okay, all right, that's it. Okay, let's go to the next grammar. Past continuous and past simple. Okay, so then this grammar point, we're going to focus on this too. So let's read a little bit before we go to the example. Use the past continuous for an action in progress in the past. Progress, right? It's happening. Use the simple past for an action that interrupts it. So right here, when you compare past and past continuous, normally we focus on the interruption. All right. So I can say that past simple interrupts past continuous. So I can say that past continuous is a longer action, and past simple is a short action that comes and interrupts past continuous. Got it? Once again, past simple interrupts past continuous. So past continuous is a longer action. It means past continuous happened first. All right? Or while that past continuous happening, then something happened in the middle of that activity. And when something happened in the middle of the activity, it is about the interruption. So let's take a look at this example right here. I was watching a good movie. So at that time, I don't know when exactly, but it's about in the past. But usually we know exactly about a certain time right here. Okay, so you were watching over a period of time in the past. For sure that maybe last night at 9 you were watching that, but you fell asleep before the end. All right, maybe you were so tired, all right, and then you didn't finish the whole movie. Okay, so this action, all right, fell asleep, past simple, all right, past simple, interrupt past continuous right here. And another example is that I was talking to my friend when my phone died, all right, when my cell phone died, just like you were at that time talking to your friend, and then you didn't take a look at the battery, you were running out of the batteries, so that's gone for the conversation. All right, so this past simple right here interrupts past continuous. Okay, another one is while I was shopping one day, a celebrity walked into the store. It's just like at that time you were shopping, you were buying things, you know, at a certain store, and suddenly a celebrity went, all right, to that store. One more example, we can say that while you were taking a shower, the phone rang. So the phone ring interrupts your activity of taking a shower. Okay, so once again, past simple interrupts past continuous. Okay, so let's go to this exercise. I will give you one example, all right, and the rest you can do by yourself. Let's try number one. My brother snowboard when he break his leg in several places. So when you do past and past continuous, everybody please read the whole sentence and see exactly which action is the first, which action is the second, which action interrupts another. All right, so you need to find out. That is the reason you should read the whole sentence. All right, you have to finish the whole. If it is a conversation, you need to finish a whole conversation in order to find out the order or which action interrupts another. Okay, so if you take a look at the first one, my brother snowboard when he break his leg in several places. So snowboard, as you can see the pictures right here, is snowboarding. All right, so do you think that he break first, or he snowboard first, or he was snowboarding, or he was breaking the leg? All right, so before you decide to pick up a certain answer, you need to think about this logical situation, whether the situation that you can imagine at the time was possible or not. Okay, so let's think about this. If you think that he break the leg first, then he cannot snowboard, right? He cannot snowboard. So maybe at that time he was snowboarding. Okay, so at that time he was doing that, then he broke his leg. Okay, that makes sense because this one interrupts the activity of snowboarding. So the answer is that my brother was snowboarding when he broke his leg in several places. All right, so at that time he was doing that, he was snowboarding and then he broke it. But if you say that he snowboarded and then he finished, and then he said he was breaking, it is impossible. He didn't do anything, right? And how can he break his leg? It's impossible. So that is the reason we need to understand, uh, we need to compare these two situations, whether they are logical or not. Okay, All right, so if you have questions, please leave your question in a comment below, all right, or you can go to our Telegram group chat and you can do number 2 to number 7, all right, and letter B you don't have to do it. Okay, so that's it for this lesson for today, and I will give you the handout, all right, so that you can practice, and on Tuesday I will give you the answer about this grammar point. Okay, and I will also attach the listening as well, but not today. I will attach the listening tomorrow so that you can have it for your listening activity in this unit. Okay, and once you finish this, everybody, I already talked to the management, okay, so that we can you can, all right, do the quizzes again. All right, so I will start the quiz today. After you finish watching this lesson, then you should go to our classwork. All right, so thank you for today, everybody, and if you have any questions, please leave the question in our comment below, or maybe you can go to our Telegram group chat. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye.